I don't know what's going to happen now with Mamdani having been elected. I think we've maybe overblown a little of what he could do.
Yeah.
And I was talking about this on my show. Like, I don't see him doing this free bus.
Nope.
It's the MTA. It's not the mayor's office.
Yeah.
He could suggest it. He can meet with them, but he can't just go, it is declared free buses. Same thing with rent stabilization. He's not the be all end all of that. Taxes. He wants to raise corporate taxes and individual taxes on people making over $1 million. He has nothing to do with raising taxes on individuals or corporations. So all those things, I think he's going to be very hard pressed to make that work actually happen. But the fact that that's what he wants to do, and that is the platform he put out to the people to vote for him, it doesn't, fill me with confidence that he's going to make the right decisions on the things that he does have the power to do. And the most damaging thing this guy is going to do are his appointments. Watch who he picks as commissioners of NYPD, FDNY, corrections. He can do things where he can work with Rikers Island and other of these city facilities, corrections facilities. All that is bad. That's going to be bad.
Well, people, when you see a crime like someone who's had like 7 stabbings, you got to look into that guy's background. Maybe he was as a kid.
Right.
Maybe he didn't get enough love. Maybe the guy just needs a hug.
And that's what Mamdani has said we need to do.
Yep.
These criminals, putting them away in jail, that's terrible. We put them away and forget about them? No, we need to. And meanwhile, when he said that, I'm like, yeah, that is what you do.
That's the goal.
That makes the city safer.
That's what I'm going for. I probably won't have to forget about them because they're going to sue the city for something going wrong, the power going out or something. But ideally, forget about them. They're some of the worst criminals. The worst criminals in America have got to be Baltimore, New York City, south side of Chicago, and St. Louis. Like these guys will just stab a random old dude.
New Orleans too.
New Orleans, that's another good one. Memphis. Yeah. And there's a common type of person within all these categories, by the way. And they don't look like Santa Claus.
Demos in all of those cities you've just...
But like these guys in New York, they murder for fun. Like even the old Dinkins days, it was drug territory and all this shit. These new kids, it's disrespecting me by being in my neighborhood.
Right. Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
And hello, I am Gavin McInnes.
Together, we're Compound Censored.
And we'd like you to subscribe to our network that has more fantastic content you could shake a stick at. Use this promo code for a one-time super offer.
Do it. It's uncensored and oh so entertaining.
Or talking shit in a drill rap.
Yeah, drill rap. They got to show who's in charge, you know, who runs the block, and they kill each other because of it. And Mamdani has said nothing about making the city safer, which it really would make the city safer. He's mentioned nothing. He talks about, emptying out jails and putting social workers in the place of cops during certain domestic calls and emotionally disturbed person calls. So, and the judicial system, dumb New York reelected Alvin Bragg as the Manhattan DA. So now you got a mayor that won't even try to arrest the people. And then the people that do get arrested, you put them in front of a DA that just lets them go.
And there's no loony bins. So it's not just criminals everywhere. It's psychos covered in their own shit and piss, just wandering around stabbing old ladies because they think they stole their phone or some made up fucking crime. Absolute raving loon. Yeah, I think you're right. The biggest thing we're going to see is crime. That's really what's going to prosper in Mamdani's New York. Do not be out at night in New York City.
That's something he has to be proactive with in order to curtail it. You can't just get into office, do nothing, and crime is going to go down. All of his other policies, like what's he going to do? You can't raise taxes. So now you can't get this free childcare and free buses and everything. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can't do that. You can give the NYPD a commissioner that wants to do the job, wants to cut down on crime. You could enact policies where the police now have the resources and policies to do things that would reduce crime. He won't do that, though. It's only going to get worse. He'll pull back even further on what the cops are allowed to do. You think they'll be stop and frisk under Mamdani? They won't allow them to go near young black and minority thugs out in the streets.
And who came up with this idea that domestic calls and EDPs are the easy things? Ask any cop. That's the ones you're sweating your fucking balls off with fear because they're totally unpredictable. If you go to a domestic abuse call where a guy's hitting his wife, that's the time when he decides, I'm ready to die. He's hitting her because she wants to divorce him. So he has nothing to live for now. He's going to jump into your bullets to punish her more for leaving you. And then EDPs, of course. I mean, that guy, he's not fighting you. He's fighting a demon with 9 heads who killed his mother. Good luck winning that fight.
The other thing cops say about domestics, like you said, the guy's beating the shit out of the wife. The cops come in, they pull the guy off of her. She grabs a knife and stabs the fucking cop.
Right.
What are you doing to my man? Why are you wrecking our relationship? What the fuck they're walking into?
No. And I've said this a million times. They tried this in LA, and within a week, they are hiring the cops they just fired to guard these social workers.
Oh, ridiculous.
So who are social workers? Is it fucking Harry Potter? They can't, what are they going to say? They know the magic words that cops don't know.
What they got. Here it is. They're there. They're there. Because what else are they going to do? What could they possibly do during a volatile situation like that with a mental patient? Yeah, he's fighting this 9-headed demon. And they, all right, stand back. I have my yellow legal pad and some questions.
We're here for you. We care about you, and you are worthy. Hey, no one ever said that to me before. Thanks.
Yeah. And then a fast cut to the door, and the nut job is with his mom, and they're just going, take care, thank you. All right. Get in the car. She's like, I just feel good about my job and what I do.
Handled.
Yeah.
Next mission.
It's so retarded.
That's the frustrating thing is we've tried all this before. The free grocery stores, we did them in Olympia, Washington. We did them in, I think it was Kansas City. Absolute catastrophes. It looks like Cuba or Venezuela in no time. They might give him one as like a vanity project where he just keeps the shelves stuffed for some sort of PR thing. But even the whole like immigrantifying a city, I've seen it. It's called Toronto. You do not hear the English language anywhere there. On Canada Day, which is our July 4th, you see maybe 2 flags. And there is zero cohesion. There's no feeling for Canada or the host country at all. They're tourists in their own home.
How did they think that was going to happen? You're importing people in vast numbers. I mean, if you slowly inject people into a society, there's time to assimilate. And there's a reason for those immigrants to assimilate because most of the people around them speak English, are American, have American values and what have you. And it gives them time to learn from them. When you just import over entire societies and give them enclaves all around the country, like Dearborn and Minneapolis, what motivation would they have to learn the language, learn the customs, respect the way of life, the American way of life? They don't. You almost can't blame them You know, you almost have to look at who the fuck did this. And, you know, those are the true traitorous fucking criminals.
Yep. I read recently 50% of New York residents do not speak English at home.
Oof.
50% are speaking some dumb language. AOC was bragging that 100 languages are spoken in Manhattan. That's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. Tower of Babel.
Yeah. And the other weird thing too is like he got like 150,000 Bangladeshis and Sikhs and Indians to vote for him. I guess because they're all brown, but like Muslims have murdered millions of Sikhs and Hindus. They have totally destroyed India, especially after the partition of 1947 when there was new borders made. They were massacring Hindus and Sikhs. And they're like, I'm voting for you, buddy, because we're both brown. Let's do it. Yeah, because
brown. And then the Jews, I don't get that one.
Suicidal
the Jews
empathy.
Decide, you know, and what percentage was it? 33% of New York Jews voted for Mamdani. It's like, what the fuck are you guys thinking?
He hates you, you fucking morons. Queers for Palestine again and again and again. It's what Gad Sad talks about, the suicidal empathy. It's like, I think it's because we all have hate in our bodies that we want to get out like a fart, and you're allowed one butthole, and that is white males. So they just release all their gas onto white males. You and I spread our hate around equally. We're egalitarians.
Yes, we do.
I hate them all the same.
Yeah, but there might be a little more on me for, a certain demographic, but I understand what you're saying.
But all of Mamdani,
you are a very equal opportunity hater, Gavin, and I respect that. I have to gravitate toward,
Well, you're leaving a lot of women unhated, and that's a travesty.
Well, this is true because the 85% of women 18 to 29, I think it was, voted for Mamdani in New York. And I said it on my show just the other day. I said, mark my words. You will see more fucking women voting for Mamdani than any other demographic. 85% of young women decided he was their go-to guy of all races.
That's where their maternal instinct has been directed away from kids and towards browns. And browns to them, blacks and browns, are little exotic pets. They're dangerous. Yeah. Like a baby cheetah could scratch you, but they are fucking adorable. They should be kept in cages, obviously, and I don't want to live near them because they'll get me at night. Right. But I love looking at them and stroking them and maybe fucking one of them behind a dumpster at a college party and then getting an abortion the next day. But I appreciate their exotic, like that's all it was, exotic appeal. And this whole blue wave we had last night from Virginia to New Jersey, it's all spite. It's all fuck Trump. They didn't even know who they were voting for. They just knew they were voting against Trump.
That's true. But do you think New Jersey was going to elect a Republican governor?
No, you're right. It was all blue states and blue cities.
And let's not even fucking put New York in that mix. There's no way that any Republican was going to win that race. And it doesn't matter who was in, who was out, who dropped out, they were voting in a Democrat at the very least. Them voting in Mamdani is an extreme version of that. But it's not like, look at that fucking MAGA. Look at what? An absolutely predictable outcome in the New York mayoral race? Yeah. And Jersey. I don't know much about the people involved in Virginia, but
you had Jay Jones.
A surprise?
You had Jay Jones, who bragged about murdering his opponents, and that did not damage his campaign in the slightest, and he's the attorney general. And then you had that Mikey Shellef chick who was basically kicked out of the Naval Academy for lying and cheating on tests. And that didn't hurt her in the slightest because it's women are controlling everything. I'm an anti-Femite. And they go by emotions. Like, you notice Zohran Mamdani, he never really had solutions. Like free buses,
No.
that's just made up. But he did talk about affordability and the rich. And these are problems. And
Right.
women love empathy. They love for you to care about their problems. They don't even want solutions. If you ever talk to like a female that's not your lover, like some cousin or some fucking your wife's friend,
why bother?
Well, I get stuck with them at baseball games sometimes.
Okay.
You solve the problem and they're just like, why'd you do that? It's like you wrecked their Rubik's Cube or something. Why'd you solve my Rubik's Cube? Now it's all one color. I don't want that.
Yeah, they need the problem.
They need to just keep using the Rubik's Cube.
That is so true, man. And there's so much stupidity. Because, Mamdani, he didn't really have solutions. And then he would talk about, well, I am doing the free buses. We're going to fund it by raising corporate taxes from 7.2 to 11.4. It ain't going to happen. But that's already so far beyond their actual mental capability. Oh, so he's got a way to pay for it. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to know that. I just want to know free buses. That's wonderful. Free buses.
Yep.
You're not getting free buses.
What the fuck? And why is affordability a thing? I don't understand this rule. Yep. Like, it's not water or electricity, which, by the way, is unbelievably expensive in New York. My Con Ed bills are sometimes like $1,500 a month for my house and the studio. Same price. And it's just because Con Ed fucking gouges you to the tune of $40 a day. But no, he doesn't talk about important things like that, utilities, just stuff. You get stuff. Your student loans, which, by the way, are insane. With boomers and the older generations have some culpability here. We did disenfranchise these young people and make homes totally unaffordable and give them college debt, which shouldn't even exist, to the tune of they can't even pay off the interest. And when I say it shouldn't exist, I'm not saying wipe out all student debt. You signed up for that. In my perfect world, 5% of people go off to college. And it's mostly STEM, and the government should pay for that like they did in Britain. But it should be the tiny fraction of the population that are geniuses. The rest of us learn trades and participate in society.
Yeah, everyone. Where did that come from? That everyone should go to college, no matter how fucking stupid they are or broke they are. They should go to college. That fucked everyone up with student debt. And then you fill them full of this nonsense that gender studies or Afrocentric studies are going to somehow turn into a job when you get out of college. So they've been misled. And that wasn't the right doing that. That's the liberal left telling them that they need to take these ridiculous courses and that jobs, real jobs, construction jobs, aren't for you. They're for the illegals that come in.
And losers. If you have a trade, if you're a plumber,
you're a loser.
You should laugh at plumbers and truckers. They're total losers. Elevator repairman? What do they know about the struggles of Che Guevara? Fuck them. And I think it's just like a causation typo. I noticed that these guys, the boomers who went to school, our parents, ended up rich, and the ones who didn't aren't as rich. Therefore, the school is the magic thing.
Ah, that must have been it.
So they stopped. Then they said, well, then everyone gets to go to school. But when everyone goes to school, you have a bunch of fucking dumb, fat cunts. So they go, have you seen these videos where they talk about their degree? They've got the hats on and they're like, hi, my name's Gavin and I graduated in theater, distributed politics in a Latinx community. And we showed it once here on the show and we were like, pause. Because it took like an hour to figure out what the fuck they could possibly be describing.
Well, where has that gotten you in life? Oh, I work in a nail salon now. Oh, great. That's good. And you're $250,000 in debt. And now what, dummy?
Yeah, it was like theater was one. And then an analysis of the Latin struggle as how that relates to the gay community, LGBTQ plus community, and theater. Well, you could teach that stupid course, That's about
Right.
all you're going to be able to do with that, and saddle someone else with this burden.
That is true. They can only then like keep it going. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, it's like learning. And I was going to say it's like learning a made-up language. It is a made-up language.
Yeah.
Hegemony and all these weird words that no one says in the real world.
Yeah, because no one uses it. No one uses that occupation. What I would like to ask any of those people, what would be your dream job coming from the education you got in college? Exactly what you went to college for. And they say it like you just said, the theater, fucking political day. And they go, okay, tell me your job. What's your dream job? You're sitting there at your job. What is it? I don't think they could tell you because there isn't a job that needs that.
Maybe the head of Latin American relations at the United Nations. And they meet there every, I don't know, a few months and discuss, delegating money. This is it.
Exposure of the queer. Hey, I'm Nina, and I studied the arts, education, and social justice.
I'm Joyce. I studied decolonial intimacies, indigenous politics, and resistance.
I'm Victoria, and I studied remembering or forgetting, navigating international conflict through collective memory.
Hi, I'm Kira, and I studied textiles and environmental justice.
Hi, I'm Nunyala. I'm studying living artfully, art as ritual therapy, and pathways of decoloniality.
I'm Naomi, and I'm studying Black political
I can't take it anymore. Living artfully? That just sounds like sleeping in.
I saw the one white girl and she said like textiles.
Textiles.
And I was like, oh, all right. That seemed like a real
textiles
thing.
And social justice. So I guess it's how polyester oppresses you or some fucking shit.
the oppression of suede. Yes. Holy shit.
And anyone with
I didn't catch it.
any employer worth their salt is going to find them abrasive. They're a liability. You can tell that person's going to sue you. They're probably going to want you to pay for their sex change. There's going to be sexual harassment in the workplace, no matter how perfect you are. So these kids come out much less employable and much stupider than when they went in, with a mountain of debt a rich guy would be petrified of.
Yeah.
Like a fucking $250,000 with 17% interest.
Oof.
Best of luck.
Jesus. That is frightening. And then, there's no way you could make, even if you did get a good job, there's no way you're paying that off.
No. You'd have to live with your parents for the first 5 years. I'm telling you, tradesmen are going to become the new aristocrats. They're going to wear monocles, and plumbers are going to wear monocles and top hats, and they're going to not want to be around lawyers. Ew. Or general practitioners. Yeah. Oh, Lord. A GP? No, thank you.
Well, the common thought behind the illegal immigrant thing is that they're the only ones that will do these jobs. And it's turned into, like, I understand when it was just the maid cleaning toilets at a hotel room or something, but it's spread out to everything that isn't a college educated position. Construction in this country has been wrecked by illegals.
Yep.
These shitty fucking contractors hire these illegals. They use shit materials and you get a shit product. Yep. There's so many videos of home inspectors online, and you watch these. He goes, yeah, this is a $3 million house. Let's look around. And it's built like shit. Why? Because they use cheap fuck illegal labor, and these contractors are criminal.
Well, also, labor used to be much easier. Take this heavy thing and go bring it over there. A lot of that has been automated. A lot of that is cranes. A lot of, like, even hotel rooms now, they're like, are you sure you want your towels washed? It's bad for the environment. And you're like, okay, I don't want to kill the babies. So they're doing less of that. And now, like, modern plumbing, electricity, and construction is fucking complicated. Like, I know plumbers who go, my only, like, apprentices are Mexican, and they just don't have the IQ to take over this trade. I'm sorry.
They can't understand.
It's not an easy thing to figure out. You get a boiler that's not behaving properly, and you got to diagnose it like a doctor. There's 72 things that could be wrong with this water heater. And
a lot of it is electronic, sensors,
right,
computers. And, they don't know. Years ago, it's like, oh, this pipe, this is clogged, this switch is jammed. Now it's a circuit board, and you're like, oh, what do we do? They don't know. Fucking eat it. Put salsa on it and eat that circuit board.
Yeah, you talk to an airplane mechanic. Like, there's no one replacing them. Well, this is what we always talk about with the competence crisis. There's no one waiting in the wings. The young people are taking that textiles and oppression shit. And then the Mexicans who will do the work cannot figure out the upper echelons. And I'm not talking about designing the electricity for a skyscraper. I'm talking about a house. Figuring out what happened with this tap that froze and making sure it doesn't leak. Like, there's no one replacing them. So
no.
And then on top of that, you have these women electing communist Muslims. So everyone remotely smart goes to South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, and Florida. And then now there's a brain drain and a good person drain. So he's more likely to get elected next time. Like, we could be dealing with, say, J.D. Vance and Rubio versus AOC and Mamdani, despite him destroying New York. And he will, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he's definitely destroying New York. But he will spin it and he will twist it, and it'll be the millionaires' faults. It'll be the rich people's faults for leaving. It won't be his fault. And it might not hurt his reputation. And he might be running for VP under AO motherfucking C.
Oof. Someone had a scenario that seemed kind of realistic with the fact that he can't really do a lot of things because the mayor doesn't have the purse strings of New York State. He could blame Hochul for not raising taxes and not doing what she needs to do to make New York this great place, and then go, now, if I was governor,
oh no,
I think, and then you get a Mamdani governor. It might be a little too quick going from mayor to president, but mayor to New York State governor,
and then to president.
I think he could do that. I think he could absolutely swing that one.
Yeah, and he would. Let's discuss his real agenda. It's just non-whites.
Non-white.
That's all he really cares about. I don't think he's that committed to Islam. I don't see him praying too much. He's going to all these Sikh temples and talking to Hindus, so he's not that devoted to his religion. The communism thing is whatever. I think he's just like, let's make everything browns. All manners of browns. That's his real goal. And it worked. It happened in Toronto. It happened in London. It's going to happen in New York. And then if he becomes governor of New York State, he could destroy the whole fucking state. He could destroy the country.
Is done, and the country. New York is very important to the rest of the country. So, and again, the people he assigns. I think he assigned like a brown woman, to immediately his first pick of anything for his transition team. And it's some brown woman. Her last name is Khan. And there you go.
We're about to
that's going to be everybody.
wrath.
I would, if there's a wagering site, one of those, like you could predict, like Poly something?
Yeah. It predicted this election perfectly. What was it called?
Oh, yeah.
Poly something?
Yeah, there she is. Lena Khan to co-chair the mayor-elect transition team. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. That's there'll be a couple of, I think there might be, the only white you'll see are insane white, gay, liberal women. Maybe you'll get one or two of them, but everyone else is going to be a brown person. That's going to be it. If there was a wagering site,
Polymarket. That's it. Polymarket. Yeah.
Who, if I could guess the color of the police commissioner that will be appointed, I just make $1 million. I'd be like, okay, it's going to be a brown person. So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.